Was it hard to keep those secrets?
I really like to mind my business.
Yeah.
Quite
You were
often
playing a bit of En Vogue as well, weren't you?
What's it gonna be? yeah.
That was our little soundtrack for episode 6.
we make these stories for you, and we know how much they mean to you, and for so many different reasons. So it's lovely to be back.
Tom, can you tell us anything about season 2?
Good afternoon. How are you? What was that? I got it. We make these stories for you, and we know how much they mean to you, and for so many different reasons. So it's lovely to be back.
And, yeah. Sophia, is this your first Comic-Con?
Yes, it is. I
how
don't
are
think
you
I've
feeling?
seen so many people in my life.
This is wild. No, this is it's incredible. The whole journey, all these beautiful people. I mean, holy smokes! Hello.
Hey!
Like, do you guys read comments and things online? Tom, do you read a lot of that, or do you try and ignore it?
I don't read it, but some of the funniest ones are read to me. There was such a terrific and varied response to Loki when it came out this summer. Some of the memes and the GIFs that I saw they really made me laugh. So yeah, keep them coming.
What about you, Sophia? Have you been like, oh my God, I'm in the MCU now? Jeez.
Yeah, a little bit. I try and, read what people think and look at people's artwork, which is just amazing. The hours people put into creating this stuff, and it's quite overwhelming sometimes. But I'm just pleased that people love the show and the characters, and we get to see how much you love it. It means a lot.
Well,
I always have enjoyed playing Loki. He's such a complex character with so many complexities and contradictions. And the longer I've played him, I feel an increasing responsibility to deliver the character that everybody loves, but also a curiosity about finding new facets every time. And the most thrilling aspect was actually taking Loki away from everything that was familiar to him, taking him away from Asgard, taking him away from his family and his brother and his father and his mother, and challenging him profoundly with the TVA and with his own story, and with many different aspects of himself. And I found that a really terrific starting point. And as you now know, and what a relief it is to be able to share it with you, I was joined on this Loki journey by many other Lokis who could share in the delights of wearing horns and leather, gold leather, and everything else, even the alligator.
Sophia, first, were you a big fan of the MCU before you joined this incredible family? And what was it like for both of you getting that call, Sophia?
Yeah, I guess getting the call was I was actually in a very similar position. I was like 9 months pregnant, and so, it was quite a shock to get the call. And then we had a little FaceTime, didn't we? Because Tom was in New York and I was here in London. And then, they told me I had the job. I think I just had to take some deep breaths and try not to go into labour.
Yeah.
Bit like today, really. I've had a word, it's going to stay in there, even though it's like really excited to meet Tom.
It dawned on me, a similar question was asked. probably 6 months ago, and I went, oh wow, I think I've seen all of them in cinemas, and I never thought like, oh, are you a fan? And I went, yeah, I think I'm a fan. And then I knew I was a fan when I saw Tom Hiddleston for the first time on set, and went, yeah, I'm a fan. You know? Or no, in the trailer, because I walked into the trailer and there he was, and I went.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do an impression of Tom because that would be really bad.
Kind of weird as well.
But we definitely had a conversation about when we were fighting. Our fighting styles are very different, Loki and Sylvie's fighting styles. But we did try and mirror each other occasionally. Things like when we're walking up to meet you in the big scary house, we tried to sort of walk in unison, didn't we? And, just sort of mirror each other occasionally. So,
We wanted it to look really elegant and graceful, and then occasionally one of us would lead with the right, and the other would maybe sort of go, sorry, just go back, let's go back.
We'd pull the same fighting stance and then kind of be annoyed by it, that kind of...
Yeah.
What was it like working with Owen Wilson? Like, what was it like?
Oh, it was such a pleasure. He's such a brilliant man of such experience and taste, and I can't imagine anyone else in that role. He was very curious and attentive initially, and then extremely playful. I think once he locked into who Mobius was, I think he had a really good time, and we loved sitting across from each other and playing these long scenes, and they were, kind of like a tennis match, and it was just a pleasure from start to finish. Every day it just kept getting richer and richer and better, and he's so inventive in the moment and so responsive and so imaginative. And it ended up being a long process because the filming was interrupted by the pandemic. So he was very much a fellow by the end.
Was it hard to keep those secrets?
I was so happy because I really like to mind my business.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like, okay, I'm in the club. I get to hold this secret and like build it out, and again, just make it the best surprise ever. Because like that's the other way I looked at it. The more I can hold this secret, the bigger the surprise will be, and the more I cultivate this secret, the clearer the surprise will be, So I had a good time. Just
So Tom takes his speakers everywhere and will play like music. It ended up being music from the show, though, that you got from the composer, which was great because it got us all into the mood before a scene. The dun 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 dun. So that would be playing in a huge studio like this just before we'd go on set. So
I kind of like the idea that you might play like Hall and Oates or something before you go on set.
Occasionally, yeah. Quite often
you were playing a bit of En Vogue as well, weren't you?
What's it gonna be? Yeah.
That was our little soundtrack for episode 6.
I couldn't stop singing that song as they were fighting. I was just singing it the whole time. I had it playing in my head. It's perfect, isn't it?
What can you tell us anything? Tom, can you tell us anything about season 2? Can we just? No! He might be kidnapped and bundled away if he tells any secrets.
Right. Tell them the other part.
Oh, well, hey, guys, that's it. You heard it here first. Okay, I'll ask a different question, because I know you can't give away the
By the way,
secret.
I wasn't making any sense. So if you try to lip read afterwards, you won't. There's nothing in there.
He was just basically saying what he had for
Yeah, yeah.
breakfast and what he's
Yeah.
doing later. Is there anything you want to happen in season 2, Jonathan? Is there anything you want to happen? God damn it. Sophia, can you say anything that you want, what you want to happen?
I mean, I would really love